Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel called The Unplanned Life. Today we have a what's in my bag video, but this bag is different. First of all, it's transparent as you can see, and it's 8 years old already, and the main feature is actually not the bag but the organizer inside it, as you will see later. Now I don't go out much, only once a week, to mail off the notebook orders from the Unplanned Life store very quickly at a courier. I don't have to fall in line because as a person with disability, I get priority treatment. Now, the only modification that I made on the actual bag was that I added the shoulder strap on. The bag came with only the hand straps, and of course, a handbag will never work for me. So I bought nylon straps from a fabric store and stitched them onto the bag in line with the stitching of the original hand straps. Now the hand straps fall onto the outside of the bag, and the shoulder straps are stitched onto the inside of the bag, which works for me perfectly. It's very similar to the strap structure of a designer bag called On the Go. Now let us see what is inside this bag. Now this bag is actually from a store called Beabi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's Baibi. You can see the tag right here. I purchased this, like I said, 8 years ago, and it's been phased out since. I don't see it in the store anymore, which is a sad thing because I would love to purchase a new one. It wasn't too expensive either. I think it was only about 800 pesos, but please correct me if my memory is wrong. And now the first one in here is one of the most essential these days, which is a spray bottle of 70% alcohol. This is the bottle with a lever, which is easier for my injured right hand, as you can see. And then next we have my anti-planner. This is the current one I am using starting on the 1st of May of this year. I have like about 3 videos of this already, I believe, and I will leave all of the links in the description box. I am almost out of pages in this notebook, and I will be migrating to a new notebook soon, so watch for the video on that one. Now in the slip pocket, I have my hand mirror and also a plastic comb that has relatively wide teeth. I do not use a brush anymore on my hair, and I'm actually looking for a genuine wooden wide-toothed comb because I believe that that's healthier for my hair. Now there is a large slip pocket at the very back of the organizer where I have my disposable medical masks and a claim stub for a loyalty card that I have to claim this July. Now, I have not carried a wallet since 2019, so for this particular bag, this stash pocket here is my wallet. I made a very long zipper pull for it, which I made out of soutache ribbon. I turned it into a 4-strand braid, which you can see me doing right now, with long tails with knots at the end. I used a light colored material so it will be easier for me to see, and I deliberately made it very long for ease of use. And the zipper I also stitched on myself, and I will show you that later. This originally came with just the slip pocket like the one beside it without a zipper. In this next compartment, I have a folding fan, which I super love, but it's really old. It's been with me for many years, so I keep it closed with some very small hair ties. I like that it snaps open. You can, if you open it, it snaps open like a real Spanish fan. And then there is also this toothbrush case that perpetually holds my plastic straws because I have super sensitive teeth. And then a pair of scissors, and then this back scratcher that I can telescope out and in. Um, I can make it longer and shorter. It also has a foam handle. And then, of course, there's always a ruler. This is the 6-inch Orion's ruler, a brand that I have actually been using since I was in high school, together with the protractors. There's a rosary inside a pouch and a calculator that I need to replace the batteries of. There's a tape measure, as always, and a small glue stick. In the compartment next to it, I have my microfiber cleaning cloth for my eyeglasses, but it needs to be washed because it's a bit dirty. This is from Ideal Vision in Mall of Asia, where I have been purchasing my eyeglass lenses and frames since about 2015. Then I have an oximeter. This is new actually. It comes with a lanyard and a zippered, semi-rigid case. It's so simple to use. Just turn it on, put it on your finger, wait for the reading, and then when the reading is done, you take it off your finger and it turns itself off. Shout out to my good friend Kate Ocias for leading me to an oximeter. The oximeter also measures heart rate, which I already have on my watch, and the watch feature is what I use when I suspect an anxiety attack is starting because the watch is always attached to me, so it's more handy. But an oximeter is still important in this time of COVID-19 when doctors aren't sure if it's a respiratory problem or a blood oxygen problem. Next, I have this handy dandy eyeglass tie. I've had this since about 2006 when I was working for the uniformed forces because I used to jog and run then and I needed to keep my glasses from falling off. Here's how it works. You just put the rubber sleeves onto the ear hooks of your glasses and then put the glasses on your face and then adjust the lock at the back of your head. To take it off, just pull off the rubber sleeves gently from the ear hooks. Easy peasy. And by the way, my eyeglasses are the Swarovski ones, which I like because they fit my small face better. I've had this since 2017, but generally I get new lenses made every year because my eyes change their diopter every year. I need to be able to see the world. My lenses are the Varilux X from Essilor with Crizal Drive anti-glare coating and Transitions Extractive in gray. Now I have this Vaseline lip balm in rosy pink, then a small tube of body lotion. This is actually lavender scented one from Love Beauty and Planet. I use it on my hands because all that alcohol dries my hands up so badly. Next, I have a small Ziploc containing extra small hair ties, another lip balm from Vaseline, and my perfume atomizer. This contains the Elizabeth Arden green tea with lavender, but I honestly never use it anymore because I spray too much alcohol on myself and my things anyway that my perfume is now actually alcohol. And then I have a small bottle of deodorant, some pads, paracetamol, and lozenges. In the next compartment, I have this mobile battery from Miniso. This is actually very good. I bought it, I think, in 2018 or 2017. It came in different colors, and I got the white one. It still works perfectly, and it was not so expensive at all. And then here is my phone that is not a smartphone, and then the earbuds that came with my current iPhone 7, so it has the lightning jack instead of the traditional 3.5 millimeter audio jack. And then I have this pair of earplugs. This came from the Bobax 2.0 travel jacket set that I bought for my son and which my father now uses during long bus rides. He uses all of the features of that travel jacket except for these earplugs, so I got them to use for myself because I don't like loud noises. And then we move on to the Fino organizer that holds all of my cards and my PWD benefits booklets. I also have this. This is a wrist stabilizer. It has a thick metal strip that can keep my right wrist rigid on days when my injured hand is cramping or when I fear that I might take a fall and I don't want my already broken hand to be broken even further, or when I am afraid that people might accidentally hit my bad hand. It's mostly just for my sense of security and peace of mind. I also have these arm covers that I actually just purchased. I don't really like these because they are printed and are too thin and see-through, and I really don't like how they look. I need an arm cover. I need arm covers because I do not like putting sunblock on my arms when I am driving. I hope I find a better one soon. In this compartment are keys, specifically my car keys, which also has a whistle and a flashlight, and also contains my key to my top drawer. And then here is a key to the back door of the house. Now the organizer is almost completely empty except for the items at the front slip pockets. Here I have my business card holder. I do have to update the contents of this QR code soon. I also have an oil film remover for the face, but I don't know why they are all outside of the packaging. And then in that same slip pocket is my person with disability ID. I place it there so it will be easier for me to take out and then return to my bag if I need to. And lastly, we have the pens. Here's a clicker ballpoint pen that came with a book by Tito Valiente that I purchased from Savage Mind bookstore. You never know when you need a ballpoint. And then I have the fountain pens, this black Pilot Metropolitan, the green one, and the silver one. I also have this Pilot Opt mechanical pencil in zero point 0.5. It is a shaker pencil. What it means is that you shake the pencil to get the lead out like so. You can also push the lead out in the usual way by pushing the top button. I lost the cap to this eraser by the way, but I really like this pencil. And then I have this Wing Sung 698 from Everything Calligraphy. I love this pen. It writes wet. It starts right away. And just look at the gigantic ink reservoir. I super love it. Okay, now let us talk about this organizer which I mentioned earlier. I have made some changes to it in order to make it work better for my needs as a person with disability. Let me pull up the video that I had when this organizer first came to me a couple of years ago, and I will link it down below. But here is the video. The original organizer as it came to me. As you can see, it came as a big square maw or a big rectangular maw with compartments in that are separate but which you can velcro onto the inside of the rectangular maw. Now let's go back to how the organizer looks now. Notice the differences. First of all, I stitched the compartments into the main organizer. Then I also stitched the bottom of the same compartments onto the bottom of the organizer because I used to have trouble with small pieces in one compartment creeping into the other compartment next to it through that super small gap at the bottom of the compartment. So I just stitched them all closed. I also added more compartments. Now this is also a gray felt, but it does not completely match in width or in thickness or in color. But this felt is from an old expanded mouse mat that I have had for a while, but I'm not using anymore. I don't really obsess too much about making the stitches look perfect. My goal was to make the stitches sturdy, so I used the unbreakable nylon thread that I use to bind the notebooks from the Unplanned Life store. But messy as it may look, the stitching works. Nothing can get through these compartments. Once an object is in a compartment, it stays in there until I move it myself. Now this zipper for the wallet section I also stitched in, as you can see. Now stitching in extra compartments affected the two smaller slip pockets, as you can see, but it works out because now I'm able to keep my pens and pencils upright in those. The extra stitches, the messy looking stitches, actually functions now as sort of like built-in dividers for those pockets. So instead of having two medium-sized pockets, I have like 5 small pockets. And so finally, here is a last look at the modified bag organizer that carries everything I need, actually not just on the rare occasions when I go out, but also when I have to move from one place of the house to the next. I carry this bag from room to room, from my room to my makeshift YouTube studio and bookbinding workplace, or from my room to my son's room or to the living room. Now let's clean the plastic bag before we put everything back in. I'm just using a baby wipe and then drying it off with the already dirty microfiber cloth, which I will wash afterwards. Now if you notice, the plastic is a little bit yellow. When I purchased it, it's completely clear, and the discoloration is because of age. All plastics tend to yellow with age. I have googled some techniques on how to remove the yellowing of plastic, but I don't want to risk making this plastic brittle because it is the sturdiest and most pliable plastic I have ever come across. And besides, when the organizer is already in the bag, the yellowing isn't noticeable at all anymore. I think it is quite serendipitous that the organizer turned out to fit perfectly in this bag. It's as if each has been custom made for the other. Even these dips in both sides match and they align. And I'm very happy with it. It makes everything very easy for me. And that is my video for you today. Thanks for watching. Bye.